Yeah, so what I've done is obviously, like I was, do you mind being on here with me?
Well, where are you from?
I'm from nowhere, I'm just a human being. Come out my house today, brought this camera because I want to start doing films, documentaries, capturing history, capturing and preserving situations like this for further debate and opinions, for positive outcomes, so people can understand each other. So hopefully what can happen from this documentary is that people understand, hang on a minute, they're fighting for children, we're fighting for children, why are we fighting each other? You know, because I know that when abuse is being held, when I came here, I could only hear abuse being heard from this side, calling them nonces and, you know, things like that.
I only heard one person say that, and I told you this is, I mean, that as a line of offences.
And then you've got, and you've got people over there that's just from Leeds, working class people that have come here to protest about injustices that's happening in the UK right now, because they don't feel like they're being supported by their government, by their country.
I totally agree that not everybody who rallies under the EDL banner is an evil racist, but there are a lot of people who are unhappy, who have rotten lives, poor jobs or no jobs. It's the same technique that Hitler used, basically. You take a group of people who are oppressed, who are down, who have, like I say, no jobs or shit jobs, poor housing or no housing, and you encourage them to look for someone to blame. And because the real perpetrators of injustice are people at the top with money and power, who use the divide and rule device to keep the working class of all colours, all backgrounds and of all beliefs apart and blaming one another.
Yeah, and that's what's going on here. This is typical of this, though. Do you know what I mean?
No, I don't think so. Because,
it is? Because...
Well, let me just interrupt you a minute.
Go on.
I came to Leeds as a student 60 years ago. I have been fighting for justice, I hope, for 60 years. I know a lot of the people here. They are not just here on a level with the people there.
No,
there are people here who fight through their trade unions, who fight through anti-racist organisations.
I hear that.
Let me finish.
Sorry.
They fight for their communities, and they want to make the world a better place.
Yes.
And a lot of the people on the far right, whether it's Nigel Farage or the EDL or Stephen Yaxley Lennon, they are seizing the opportunity of people feeling on the wrong end of injustice. They are taking that opportunity to get them to blame asylum seekers or Muslims or black people or anybody who disagrees with them. And that's the problem. I agree with you when you say people should unite, but it's not as simple as saying this side and that side. It's far more complicated than that.
Oh, I can still see manipulation going on, and I can see hidden hands, and I can see strings. And those strings are being tugged on both sides.
What strings do you see?
The strings on this side and the string on that side being tugged. I'm sorry, but that's my opinion. The same way I can have an opinion.
I
can go
totally agree. Absolutely. But, you know, just give us one of your reasons for having that opinion.
Why I'd say that the string's on this side? Because if, like I says, if it's humanity that's here, and we're all fighting against government corruption, white people fighting each other.
It's not as simple as that.
No, I know that, but that's what I've just said, so that's what it is. You're both fighting against children's safety. Genocide in Palestine, stop killing the children. They're scared of thing that's going on in their country right now. So, like, it's literally, what I've noticed with this is that, and I was over there speaking to them, they've come here, to protest about injustices that's going on in the country right now, riots, all of these things that's happening.
What they perceive as injustice.
And obviously they don't think their children are safe, and obviously they're really against the BBC, they're really against the things that you guys would be against. It almost mirrors, do you know what I mean? Because it's a community, you're fighting for the community over in Palestine, and they're fighting the community.
We're fighting for communities here in Palestine, in Sudan, in Myanmar. It's a whole wide world thing.
So what about Leeds then?
Leeds as well, obviously.
Yeah, so why are we fighting the community?
What a bit. It's political beliefs and it's political...
No, I hear that, but do you see where I'm coming from now then?
I do, but I just think it's more complicated.
No, totally, I totally understand that, but I reckon it's more feelings and emotions that's getting in the middle of proper dialogue.
I don't think,
No?
no, we are not governed by feelings and emotions in the same way as the far right are, because we are dealing with the actual facts. For example,
I've spoken to them though, they says that they're not the far right.
Well, they would say that.
They says that we're going to be labelled as the far right, and we're going to be labelled as being racist. We're going to be labelled as these things because we're here to protest about all the things that I tried to explain you, the protesting against. And so I made them understand.
Very brave of you.
Yeah, so I made them understand that I'm not no enemy, I'm not a threat, I don't work for any media, I'm not trying to cause any kind of divide or division or make you look bad. I want to know why two sides who are fighting against government corruption are fighting each other. That's it.
Yeah. I really respect you talking to me. I don't agree with your analysis, but we are both passes to make the world a better place.
Of course we do. Humanity is #1 priority, and we should have equal rights for everyone. Everyone should be able to live on this planet and be protected, and we should have a government that supports us and protects us.